Voice specifications. Persona. The speaker should sound like an experienced, highly respected, and authoritative business leader or philosopher in his late 60s. Tone and pitch. The voice must be deep, slightly gravelly, rough or husky, and resonating, conveying a sense of profound gravitas and wisdom. The pitch should be low and steady. Delivery. The pacing should be slow and deliberate, with clear, measured pauses between phrases to emphasize the importance of the words. The emotion should be one of calm confidence and firm conviction. Why kind people become unhappy. 6 forms of misguided kindness that invite misfortune. Many people believe that being kind to others will lead to happiness. However, the reality is that some people become unhappy precisely because of their kindness. In my long life, I have seen countless individuals whose kind hearts backfired, causing them to carry immense suffering. Where does this difference come from? Does one end up as merely a nice person, or does their kindness evolve into a force that generates happiness? Today, I want to discuss that dividing line, sharing my own experiences. This will surely provide a hint for how you live your life. Chapter 1. When kindness becomes compliance. Kind people tend to act based on reading others' expressions. Out of a desire to please, they say yes to everything. However, that is not kindness. It is compliance or excessive accommodation. A sales manager at one of our offices was like this long ago. He repeatedly offered discounts when customers asked, and the store eventually sank into the red. He claimed he only wanted to make the customers happy, but from the company's perspective, it was a huge disservice. True kindness sometimes means having the courage to say no for the other person's benefit. If you accept unreasonable demands out of obligation, you eventually lose credibility. The moment people think, "I can get anything I want from this person," the relationship of trust collapses. I told my employees, a people-pleasing kindness will ultimately hurt you. Compliance offers temporary peace, but leaves behind big trouble. It also invites misfortune for the other person. Therefore, kindness and compliance are similar, yet distinct. Occasionally, you must be firm and draw a clear line in your kind heart. That benefits both others and yourself. True kindness requires the courage to be disliked. Chapter 2. The pitfall created by self-sacrifice. Kind people are prone to thinking, "It's fine as long as I endure it." They put themselves last and prioritize others. This may look like a virtue, but if continued long-term, it wears down both the mind and body. I had an employee who was like this. He took on more work than anyone else, staying late into the night. Initially, he was praised as reliable, but he eventually collapsed from overwork and left the company. It was a tragedy for him and a great loss for the company. While there is a trend to glorify self-sacrifice, it is a dangerous idea. How can a person who neglects their own well-being protect others? Kindness that breaks the body and mind serves no one. Kindness must understand that protecting their own health is also a responsibility. Sacrifice may offer temporary support, but in the long run, it brings misfortune to those around you too. If you genuinely care for others, you must first take care of yourself. That is the first step towards sustainable kindness. Chapter 3. Kindness that seeks a return. Kind people tend to hope for gratitude.
They might think internally, "I did so much for them." But that is not kindness, it is a transaction. I often heard young employees complain, "I'm not being appreciated," or "no one understands me." I deeply sympathize with that feeling. However, the moment you seek a return, that kindness turns into a burden. When expectations are betrayed, the heart is inevitably wounded. Kindness holds value even if no one notices it. The mindset of not seeking a return is ultimately what frees you the most. Kindness that relies on others' gratitude breaks easily. Conversely, selfless kindness frees the heart. I taught my employees to do work that allowed them to smile even if they weren't thanked. At that point, kindness transforms into strength. A truly kind person is someone who does not seek thanks. Chapter 4. Softness that avoids firmness. Kind people want to avoid hurting others. They swallow their words whenever they should scold someone. While seemingly gentle, this can steal the other person's chance to grow. I made tough decisions many times in management. Sometimes I had to forcibly put an end to an employee's dream. At the time, I accepted that I might be resented. But years later, many people thanked me, saying, "I am who I am today because the president reprimanded me." Toughness causes temporary pain, but fosters strength in the long term. Weak kindness ultimately robs a person of their future. If you genuinely care for someone, you must have the courage to tell them what they need to hear, even if it is painful. The courage to be disliked is also a form of kindness. I keenly realized this. Kindness that avoids firmness ultimately becomes a betrayal. True kindness lies in the balance between firmness and gentleness. If you forget that, kindness becomes the seed of misfortune.
Chapter 5. Kindness without conviction crumbles. Kind people are easily swayed by those around them. Out of a desire not to be disliked, they compromise their own beliefs. However, that cannot last. I faced opposition many times in management. My water supply philosophy was one such example. People said it was impossible to sell essential goods cheaply and widely. But because I had the conviction that this will benefit society, I was able to move forward. Conviction allows one to withstand criticism. Without conviction, kindness is easily exploited. People gather around those who are convenient for them. Kindness without belief will eventually be preyed upon. I have witnessed this scene many times. Kindness that truly benefits others is underpinned by unwavering conviction. Kindness that merely goes with the flow is simply exhausting. Kind people must have a firm core within themselves, something they will not compromise. That becomes the shield that protects kindness from misfortune. Chapter 6. Forgetting the right to be happy oneself. Kind people prioritize others over themselves. While this appears admirable, carried to an extreme, it makes them unhappy. I often told my employees, if you are not happy, you cannot make your customers happy. Before caring for others, you must be able to smile yourself. You cannot keep giving to others if you are empty. That is like trying to draw water with a bucket when the well is dry. Kind people tend to put their own happiness last, but that also inconveniences others. A worn-out smile heals no one's heart. True kindness means being happy together. It's okay for me to be happy too. Without this realization, kindness can one day turn into resentment. I have seen this happen repeatedly. Therefore, I want to say loudly, kind people must not forget to make themselves happy first. Conclusion: choosing true kindness. Finally, a crucial message. Kind people become unhappy because they mistake the form of kindness. Compliance, self-sacrifice, seeking a return, softness, avoiding firmness, lack of conviction, forgetting oneself. Each of these can turn kindness into misfortune. However, correct kindness becomes a force that saves others and saves oneself. It is kindness supported by firmness and conviction, and it includes your own happiness. I have seen this repeatedly through my career in management. I urge you to choose true kindness starting today. Your life will surely become much richer and brighter than it is now. That single word will be a new step for this channel and for yourself. I will continue to deliver the words of great figures with sincerity, so please subscribe and turn on notifications to let me hear your honest thoughts. Thank you truly for watching until the very end.